Hey amazing humans, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, as you all may already know, we started a new series where we are looking at different towns or suburbs of Kampala, Uganda, so that if you are looking for a place to stay, you have a vague idea, or you have an idea of what the real estate actually looks like in that area. Or if you don't, and maybe you plan in looking for a place to stay, you will watch these videos and you'll definitely be able to know that this is a place that I actually want to live in. Now, without wasting a lot of time, I'll first say a very quick thank you to the many people that loved my last or previous video that I first made to launch this series. I saw someone commenting that they would like me to do Chanja next. Most definitely, I will have to do Chanja because it's a very interesting area that has picked up quite a lot. Drum rolls, let's get into our town of the day, which is Bugolobi town. Now Bugolobi, I have some notes over here, so if you see me looking over here sometimes, don't be wondering what am I looking at. Now Bugolobi is actually on most of my clients' wish lists. Many of my clients do not miss having Bugolobi on their wish lists. Bugolobi is actually in very close proximity to the CBD, so that is why you find that so many people actually don't want to live far away from it. It's actually just about 7 kilometers drive from the CBD. Just to give you a very small history about Bugolobi, Bugolobi was a purely residential area that saw development quite early. Now this place actually has a very beautiful neighborhood with quite a number of bungalows that are really spacious, very well laid out. The plan is quite good because you'll see that most of the houses on the streets are side by side, and the roads are actually, most of them are tarmacked. Now it's also a place that saw the condominium societies quite early. It's the one that shaped the condominium society's background right from the beginning, from the Bugolobi flats, okay, in 1967. Wow, that is actually quite a long time ago. It's a suburban area today that is mainly inhabited by the middle class and the high income earners. Ooh, that's actually really spicy. Why? Because it's a very organized neighborhood that is actually beautiful. Today the properties over there are still as beautiful. Most of them are being renovated and being rented out. Some people are still using them very much as their family homes. Others are renting them out, while others have rented them out as commercial or retail spaces. So that is actually very interesting about Bugolobi town. Yet it is still on high demand, yet it's actually getting these mixed users besides the residential use only. Now I'll just look at the different neighborhoods of Bugolobi. Who neighbors Bugolobi? Mbuya, Chitintale, Luzira, Muyenga, Namuwongo, industrial area, Nakawa, and Lugogo. These are all very interesting towns that you'll definitely enjoy or have to look at. Now today it's actually an atmosphere that is bustling with a very interesting life. Okay, it actually has quite a number of malls, like for example the Village Mall. It's a very famous mall that has quite a number of very interesting brands, like KFC. I've seen Cafe Seri, I think I've seen Woolworth. What else is there? Well, quite a number of very interesting. Recently I saw their Carrefour as well. So it's a very interesting mall that you should visit. If you live in Bugolobi, definitely you're not worried about having a mall within your vicinity. It also has quite a number of businesses going on along the streets, so definitely it's quite a lot going on here. It does have quite a number of restaurants, beautiful restaurants that you'll definitely enjoy having a meal from. Hotels like the famous Silver Springs has been there for a very long time. Bars and clubs. The Bandali Rise is quite famous. Many people already know the Bandali Rise. It's quite a very famous street that has quite a number of clubs and hangouts, most definitely, and quite a number of good activities that definitely happen out here. I think I have attended a pottery session in one of the restaurants in Bugolobi area. It also offers quite a variety of food. Because of the very many restaurants, there is quite a lot of food that you can find in this area. There is a famous Bugolobi market that has quite a lot of fresh foods that you can also get from there. And the street foods are actually very interesting as well. Not far away from the Bugolobi market, if you go there over during, let's say, the evening hours while it's approaching the night, you'll find quite a number of street foods. I actually should do a food review overview of the street foods in Bugolobi, because it's quite interesting. You'll find, you know, chicken being roasted, gonja, it's quite a number of meats though. Maize, I have seen maize being roasted as well, so it's really interesting. The street life around you say Bugolobi market is actually quite interesting as well. If you live in Bugolobi, you'll definitely have quite a very good access to good schools, top tier hospitals and pharmacies, good roads access as well, even to the homes. And the security here has not really had any glitches. It has really been a place that is known to have good security. I haven't heard of any rumor about Bugolobi. Let's look at the population demographics. Who actually lives in this area? Now, like I mentioned earlier, it's mainly the people in the middle income or the high income earners that are living in this area. Now, most of those people that are in the age groups of the millennials or the generation X, because usually they are the ones that can't afford property in this area. The properties here are quite high end, given that it's a very organized society. So who owns property here? Now, we have quite a number of locals that own property here. It's a mix of ownership. There are quite a number of locals that own property here, because, you know, the Bugolobi flats were sold and then people bought. Then we also have bungalows that, you know, belonged to different homeowners. So we have locals that own property here. Then foreigners that also own property here, but of course under a lease. And then the National Housing Corporation also has some ownership in Bugolobi, especially with the Bugolobi flats area. Well, not forgetting the different investors that have also bought some of these properties and businesses. The roads in this place, most of them are being constructed. Actually, most of the roads in many parts of Kampala today are being constructed in this point in time in particular. So you'll find the roads in Bugolobi today are being constructed. Come back 2 years later, you'll definitely let me know that, wow, this is a whole different face of Kampala. So most of the roads are being constructed, which is a very good thing, because that definitely means that accessibility is definitely going to become way better. The roads will have less potholes, and some of the notable landmarks here in Bugolobi are actually, for example, the very first one I'll say Silver Springs Hotel, the Village Mall. It's also it's a very good landmark because it's right in the, you know, it's really right on the road. There is no way you can miss it. There is a Shell next to it. If you're using a taxi, usually say Kushel. Kushel definitely means right at the Shell petrol station here. So that Shell is also quite famous. It's quite notable. And it also, the Bandali Rise is quite notable because it has quite a number of clubs and bars, and it's usually very packed. They're just next to each other, so you usually find that street is you know, in the night, especially like let's say on a Friday or a Saturday, it has quite a number of people that are ready to party. Okay. And then we have the National Forestry Gardens, which is quite famous. It's quite big. We have the dolphin suits, the royal suits. The Bugolobi market is also quite famous, like I mentioned earlier. Now, how many bedrooms are there? Now, the residential properties are usually 3 bedrooms and above. I noticed in this Bugolobi place, the 2 bedrooms are there, but not quite as many. And then I saw the 3 bedrooms are actually quite a number in this area. 1 bedrooms were there as well, though not as many. For example, if I take the Bugolobi flats into consideration, most of the apartments there are actually 3-bedroom apartments. Now, you would want to know how much are actually these properties. Now, bungalows would definitely cost you about 600 million and above. That is if you're looking at a 3-bedroom bungalow, if you want to actually buy, because you're buying a bungalow, then you're also buying the space. Wow, so that is quite a lot of money, which 600 million will definitely be very lucky to actually get one. Apartments, if you're looking at, let's say, a 3-bedroom apartment, you'll definitely be having to start searching from about 400 million and above. At 400 million, you'll definitely be very lucky to get yourself an apartment unit. However, 400 million, I think I saw a property being listed at that price, so I'm taking it as a list price. However, if I'm to take an average price, you'll have to look at 500 million as your average gauge. Now, usually these properties are rented out in US dollars, so you'd have to look at about $700 US and above. It's a 3-bedroom apartment. Okay, in the Bugolobi flats, I think I saw the properties were ranging between 1.5 million Uganda shillings. There was a unit that was being rented out at what, 1.5 million Uganda shillings. Okay, now as you keep going forward, the 2-bedroom apartments, definitely you'd have to have about 400 US dollars. Now that is it about Bugolobi town. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll definitely do come back again when we look at our very next town. Until next time, bye guys.